Hey guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. I see the chat already started with the food talk. Man, I get hungry every stream. Nope, I already ate. I'm good. I had a full meal. You're not going to get me today. And I have some watermelon. Some watermelon that'll get me through if you guys start. Just don't start with a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit from McDonald's. Hi guys. Pre-poop talk. Yep, that's what it is. That's what we're going with. We're going to start right where we left off yesterday. I'm still thinking, Linus, that you should just sit backwards, like Legal Fiction said. Okay, Mel. Yes. You know how many people from Texas are in this chat? You picked the right thing. I wonder if people in Texas are tired of steak. Like for me, steak is like mm, mm. But Texas, you get steak all the time, don't you? You're never late, Kay. Never. Never. You're gonna be confused. You know who one of them is. All right, let's get started. You know, we hand out a lot of advice on these channels about court. We do. We hand out a lot of advice. Don't go per se. Don't swear at the judge. It's not a good idea to wear a t-shirt. But the number one thing I think that we should really, really, really be is just don't go to court high, guys. Don't drive to court drunk. Don't go to court high, even if you're doing Zoom court.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Well, it's more complicated than just there it is. Mr. Evans has been discovered, Your Honor. He's quickly approaching.
Thank goodness the discovery has been made. I'm sure not only does Ms. Barroso, grateful for that, but I'm sure you are as well.
Ms. Benetti would like to approach on this matter.
Oh, way to put it off on Ms. Benetti. Well played, Ms. Kracher. Well played. So you're getting a pass on your later ask. Okay. Come on up. 5 o'clock is looming. I'm just telling. Mr. Hammond, can you hear us?
This judge is a character completely.
Your sound is off. There you go.
There we go.
Can you hear us?
I had to unmute. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So we just had a bench conference with probation, the prosecutor, and your defense attorney. Some discussion about kind of where we are. I want to just go over that and sum it up for you, okay?
Okay.
All right. When we were here, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, I was kind of reading you the riot act about what's at stake. You remember that?
Yes.
All right. So that's kind of all still at stake, but let me go over it again with you because what's happening today is important. And I want you to go into this with your eyes open and understanding everything and understanding where I'm coming from. So it's a little bit of information. So I want to just go over it again. Okay. What's on the table is that you would be potentially pleading no contest to the probation violation. And that we would potentially go to a sentencing today where I would not sentence you to any incarceration for this violation that you'd be pleading no contest to, but that we would move to an immediate sentence. And I'm going to use the easiest pieces first. One of the things I would require that you do is to cooperate with Wayne County probation to get the setup all taken care of in Wayne County so you can be supervised. So there would be no excuses of like, that's inconvenient for me when they said, we're coming over to do a home visit or home study or meet you at your house. You would say, yes, okay, I'm going to be there, no question. So you cooperate with Wayne County. That would be one thing. Okay. The second thing would be that you'd go through a substance abuse assessment and that you follow any of those recommendations. So that would be on the table that you would do that, and you'd have to follow through with those recommendations. So that would be the next piece. The more complicated or the hardest piece has to do with the complaining witness, the victim in the underlying case, Javiera, mother of your child.
No, Judge, not doing drugs would be the most hardest of all of that.
So we would be reinstituting a no contact order with her. This is what I talked to you about 2 weeks ago. So if you were to subsequently violate that no contact order, I'm telling you, if you were found guilty of that violation after a hearing, so it doesn't mean that just because she alleges it happened, or something like that, you have the right to have a hearing, just like you would have had a right to have a trial on this. And if I found after the hearing you violated the order, I would sentence you to the maximum. I'd sentence you to MDOC. You'd go to prison, the maximum amount on the underlying charge. So I'm telling you that. So here's the deal. I know that Agent Benetti has counseled you that there would be ways that you potentially could, I'm not going to say communicate because that muddies the water a bit, but let's just say you would have ways through the family court, through the support case, that you could set up ways to co-parent your child with Javiera that might not violate this no contact provision. So are you following me there? That there are potential ways that if another court said, okay, you can communicate with her through our family wizard, or app close is another one of those things, about parenting time, or about those things. If another court orders that that's a possibility, I would reconsider my no contact provision to potentially allow that. So that's a possibility, but I'm not going to just wave my magic wand and say you can contact her when it comes to parenting time or custody or that kind of stuff, because in my court order, it's no contact, period. So I know that Agent Benetti has given you the example. Like if you get a call from Javiera, oh my gosh, I'm running to the emergency room. Our child is dying. You've got to meet me there. And you go there and she shows up and there's no kid there. And she, like that's the allegation that she trapped you into coming there, blah, blah, blah. She shows up at your workplace. If you don't walk in the back room and make a call to your probation agent that, oh my gosh, she's out at the counter right now, you potentially could be violating this and go to prison. So I don't know how to say it any differently, but if you choose to proceed today to admit this violation, no contest to the violation, and I sentence you and you then later have contact with her, you're going to go to prison. I'm just telling you that. I'm not saying you go to prison on her allegation. You have the right to have a hearing and a trial on this just like everybody else. But if you do violate this court order, I'm telling you in advance what I'm going to do. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
And I know that you've had good counsel from your lawyer. I know that the prosecutor would like to say this ship has sailed.
Not
Judge,
listening.
I think you need to send him to prison now. And I'm maybe turning a deaf ear to him. But I'm just telling you, are you ready to proceed today, or do you want to think about this some more?
Nah, we can do it today.
All right, so I'm going to need you to kind of stand still because you are moving around in a park or something a lot. So stand still so that I know you're hearing me. If you need to go find some shade, you can do that. But you got to do something where we can do this without distraction. Okay?
Right, I got you. My phone is just on 2%. I was charging.
Okay, well, this is going to take a minute though. So if you're worried about that, we might need to do it another day. I'm just saying.
All right.
All right, what?
I mean, I don't want to risk it. So,
Mr. Hammond, I'm a little worried about this. You're giving me some, you're moving around and you're telling me your phone's not charged. This is about as serious as it gets. And I'm not talking down to you or yelling at you or lecturing you. I am worried about taking a plea today with the consequences that I put on the record and have you later come in and say, Judge, I was distracted. I couldn't see you. My phone died. I am worried that this is not the right
this isn't that.
time and place to do this.
I was just being given the realistic. I'm sorry, Judge. But yeah, I'm ready.
Ms. Krejcir, what are your thoughts? Like,
I think we need to adjourn this to August
I'm
14th.
looking at you wiping your forehead and I'm telling you, I don't think you're ready. I'm worried that you may be under the influence of some substance right now. I'm only saying that, Mr. Hammond, because I've seen you in here before, totally coherent, ready to go, and I'm not getting that vibe from you right now. And I just want you to know that's how serious that I'm taking it, that I don't want to do this if you're not at 100%.
Your Honor, I'm
Okay.
going to ask for an adjournment in this matter to make sure we go over this with him again and again and again, so that we can make sure he understands, because it doesn't get any more
Now that's why he's sweating. He's worried she's going to go over it with him again and again and again.
serious than this. The court's right. We're talking prison. We're not talking Washington County Jail for a week or 30 days. We're talking MDOC for years. And it doesn't get any more serious than this. So I would ask the court for an adjournment so that I can,
August 14th.
I think that's the next availability of the court.
So, Mr. Hammond, is there any way you could come in person that day? I know you're in Wayne County.
Yeah,
Oops.
that's fine.
Okay. I'd like you to be here. I don't know how to explain this any more clearly than I am. This is not speaking down to you. This is not, I want you to be here because I want to be 100% sure we are on the same page with this. And I will take your plea and we'll go ahead with what I said. I'm willing to do it, but I want to make sure that you know what's at stake. And I'm kind of concerned about that today. So why don't we see you back here on August 14th at 1:30, okay?
Okay, Your Honor. Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right.
That judge is a character. He really is. In between cases, you know, he's making fun of the attorneys. It's really, really, really good. Okay. You know what burns my ass? Please pause the stream for a second. I got a very important text message that must be read right now, out loud. Thank you, Fozzie. You know what burns my ass?
I like it. Look at that. We'll almost be back in time to be back. Mr. Grossnickel, please raise your right hand. Do you swear solemnly affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the cause before the court? If so, please say I do.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a seat.
I'm still eating.
Well, I haven't eaten yet, so come on.
They brought me a tray with no spoon or cup or nothing. I had to eat with my hand.
Well, at least you're eating.
Well, yeah.
I know. What? Can you please state your full legal name for the record?
Gregory A. Grossnickel.
And sir, what was your address prior to being incarcerated, if you recall?
No,
Your date of birth?
420.
4 digits of your social security number. All right, looks like we're here for, I think it's a status of counsel hearing. How are you coming on obtaining an attorney?
On a what?
On a status of counsel, how are you coming on obtaining an attorney?
I haven't done anything.
You haven't done anything?
Well, now, on my paperwork I got here, attorney appearance date is today.
Right. So that's why we set it over for today to allow you to research finding an attorney. Do you
Oh,
still want to do that? Do you have the funds
yeah,
to
I got,
hire your own attorney?
I don't know if I'm gonna do that.
Get to work, pilots.
Okay.
I've never had a public defender. They're worthless.
Okay. So are you planning on hiring your own attorney?
Well, excuse me.
Go ahead.
My trial date's not till November 4th.
Right.
I figure if I stay in here till then, maybe you'll just give me time served.
That may or may not be the case, and that's not usually the case for me. I'm not a time served kind of a gal.
I'm not a time served kind of gal.
Public and intimidation charge.
Right. So,
And 4 months is not gonna do it.
Nope, not for me. So, and I'm not in the habit of
I'm not
negotiating anything.
asking for favors here.
Well, I'm just telling you that it's really up to the state of Indiana on what they would want to do. And I either agree with the state of Indiana or I agree with the defense attorney, and I make the decision then. So if you want an attorney to represent you, you're either going to hire your own, you're going to represent yourself, or if you qualify, I will appoint an attorney to represent you. So technically you have 3 options at this point. So which door would you like to choose?
So you're gonna appoint me a public defender.
If you qualify.
What do you mean if I qualify?
There's requirements for appointing a public defender.
I never heard of that yet.
Well, I have
No,
to,
I'm just saying.
Well, this is the way I do it. So sorry.
Now, wait a minute. When I came in here before,
Uh-huh.
just not too long ago, there was Judge Denton.
Yep.
What happened to him?
He's a magistrate. You
Oh,
got me.
oh, okay.
Sorry about your luck.
Okay. I used to know his father.
He's probably nicer than I am. So do you want to hire your own attorney? Do you want to represent yourself? Or do you want me to go through the questions to see if you qualify for a public defender?
See if you can get me the public defender.
All right. So the first one's real easy.
Both.
As you sit here, are you getting any money from employment?
I get a veteran's check and I get Social Security.
Okay.
Now,
Do you receive the veteran's check if you're incarcerated?
I have been, yes.
How much is that?
$657.
Per month?
Yeah,
Okay. But as you sit here, your social security check is not being deposited, correct?
they cut that off, yeah. I
So,
don't even know what I make on Social Security anymore.
all right. Do you have any family or friends that you could borrow the money from to hire your own attorney?
That would be a
I
no.
got money.
Okay, so if you have your own money, I'm going to let you use it to hire your own attorney.
What if I don't want to do that?
Well, then your option is you represent yourself. Because if you're telling me that you have money to hire an attorney, then I can't appoint you a public defender.
If I could believe in an attorney that would do me any good,
Well,
money is not an object. I have money.
well, then I will let you use that money to hire an attorney. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it for, well, it looks like we're already set for a status conference on September 12th. So I'm going to also put a status of counsel hearing by then. So you got a little bit over a month to get yourself an attorney. All right.
If I so choose to.
Well, Mr. Grossnickel, it's going to come down
You're
to,
gonna burn me anyway.
may not, I may, you never know.
You know, I'm 76. I might be dead by then, by November 4th.
You know, if most of the people back there that are in my court have their wish, I will be dead by then. So we'll see. We'll set it for a status of counsel hearing on September 12th, 2024. If we're both alive, we'll see each other.
So I'm coming back here, September 12th.
Yep, 2024.
It gets better.
Right in here.
You know what burned my ass today? Excuse
What
my leg.
is that?
I'm sick, okay?
Mhm.
I got a cold, sore throat, head's pounding like somebody's hitting with a ball bat.
We got some of the same symptoms, sir.
Well, I just went to medical this morning
Mm-hmm.
to get some new medication.
Uh-huh.
My sore throat, and I probably got, what do they call it? My grandpa had it. He died of throat cancer,
Uh-huh.
and he didn't like doctors. So he could have got operated on and talked like that. And he told the doctor to, hit the door.
Uh-huh.
Back then, they made house calls.
Ah,
So he died a very horrible death.
well, that's not good.
She didn't want to hear the rest of it. So she stopped the stream dead right there, and then it just spun. Spun. Oh man, I love that man. I love that man. He makes $600 a month. I wonder if he's single. I wonder, you know what? I bet he looks like this.
claim, Your Honour, is in paragraph 12 of the statement of claim, which I'll just seek to summarise. The effect of the claim is that Dr. Collar Jessup
Hi, honey. Okay. All right.
began
All right. All right.
research and development.
Shh. I love my husband. He talks so much. Okay. All right. Listen to what this judge says, because the guy's right.
All right, Mr. Wilson, good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Wilson, I'm Judge Smith. You are here today for arraignment in your case. You're here with your attorney, Cheryl Vasquez. This is under SPCR 230135H6. And
I almost missed it. She just said, this is Judge Smith. She said that out loud. This is Judge Smith. I can rewind it if you weren't listening, but that's what she just said.
Ms. Vasquez, how does Mr. Wilson plead to the charges in the indictment?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
And does he waive formal reading of the indictment and all formalities?
Your Honor, I would ask for this to be read.
You would ask that the charges be read?
For it to be read, please.
Okay. That's their copy.
Not today.
All right, just let him know about the 1983.
I'm sorry.
Yes, if you would, Mr. Blunt.
I'm Your Honor, for a formal arraignment in State versus Hakeem Eugene Wilson, case number 23 CR 1358. Charged in this case with just one count, that being burglary in the first degree, which alleges that in the name of and on behalf of the citizens of the state of Georgia, charge and accuse Hakeem Eugene Wilson, aka Hakeem Owens, Kevin Cowart, with the offense of burglary in the first degree, for that the said Hakeem Eugene Wilson, aka Hakeem Owens, Kevin Cowart, in the county of Chatham in the state of Georgia, on or about the 7th day of March 2023, did unlawfully, without authority,
And just recognize that he has a whole bunch of names. He just has a whole bunch of names.
with the intent to commit a theft therein, enter the dwelling house of another, to wit, Cerrone Walker, contrary to the laws of the state of Georgia, the good order, peace, and dignity thereof. Signed, Shalina Cook Jones, District Attorney, Eastern Judicial Circuit of Georgia.
All right, thank you. And that is the formal reading of the charges, Mr. Wilson. All right. And with that, we'll place this on a trial track.
It is already set for a jury trial, Your Honor.
Okay, and what's that date? January 6th,
What that is?
This is
2025.
Well,
We talked about this.
you can sign.
No, no, no. I need you to sign here and you're not guilty.
All right.
Right, that just says you're
Oh,
considering not guilty.
can I ask you something, ma'am? You know the detective over the case, she closed the case. So I'm letting you know, I got a 1983, okay? And what you say your name is, Ms. White? 'Cause I thought your name was Tammy Stokes.
It is.
I didn't get it.
But the title is Judge. But you're right, my name is Tammy Stokes.
But you say Smith though. All right.
No.
Yes,
Okay.
you did.
Yes, she did.
Okay. We'll go ahead and sign the document.
All right. January 6th. That's 2 years I've been sitting here on a closed case. What, put Wilson or Owens? Because you got the document. You got my Georgia identification card.
That's
Wilson
a
put-
song
We'll
right
have
there.
We'll have you under Wilson.
Okay, so put Wilson or Owens because on my ID is Owens.
What's your name?
Hakeem Eugene Owens on my Georgia identification card. You can ask her.
Okay, if you want to put that down, that's fine too.
Thank you. I'm gonna put
That's a
that
felony.
All right.
since I'm locked up on Wilson. January 6th, I will be seeing them.
All right.
1983.
See you then. Thank you.
Okay. Your Honor, he has signed the face of the indictment.
Thank you.
I don't know why she said this is Judge Smith, because I've seen a million of hers, and it's Tammy Stokes, it's Judge Stokes. I don't know why she said that, but she had that. And then we go to this. She's so good. She's so smooth.
Good morning, Mr. Holway.
Okay.
All right, good morning, Mr. Holway.
How's it going, Mr. Tammy Stokes?
It is going just fine. I am presiding in your case. I'm going to ask you a lot of questions because I understand that you wish to represent yourself. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, please swear in, Mr. Holdway.
Oh, new rule. Anytime someone says, hold my beer, I get to hold it. I get to hold the beers. I am the beer holder. I will do anything to be the beer holder. I will pay money. I will wash a car. I will vacuum. No, I don't. I won't vacuum or do dishes. No, I might break a nail. But I'm the beer holder. Please.
Yes.
Okay, you have a seat. Mr. Holdway, may I ask you why it is that you want to represent yourself?
I would just rather stand pro se. I've had small difficulties with like getting transitions and representation. It's been a lot of paperwork bouncing back and forth, and I'm trying to transition up to Tennessee or some type of housing. So, and,
Are you from Tennessee?
yes, I'm originally from Tennessee,
Okay, what part?
Greenville, Tennessee.
Okay. And Mr. Holdway, the charges that I show for you are, let's see, make sure I have that right.
It's a probation.
Oh, so it's a probation revocation.
Right.
Okay, so Mr. Holdway, you're on probation for terroristic threats, aggravated assault, family violence, another count of terroristic threats, another count of aggravated assault. And you entered a plea.
Thank you, Fozzie.
To those charges. And could the state tell me the time that's remaining on Mr. Holdway's case, his exposure?
Your Honor, he has an end date of October 26, 2030. A number of these violations are violations of special conditions of probation. The state would be seeking to revoke the balance based on the fact that a number of these offenses involve the commission of new family violence offenses, despite the fact that he is under sentence for substantially similar crimes and appears to have a number of other felony convictions. So, but the state would be prepared at the next time that this shows up to bring witnesses and proceed with the hearing. Your Honor.
Yes, sir. And that wasn't necessary at this time. There would be a hearing at the next scheduled date. Mr. Holdway, you understand what you're
Taxes.
under, what you're on probation for?
Yes.
You also heard the state say that it would be seeking revocation in full, which could mean up to 2030, the year 2030.
I thought the maximum probation revocation was 2 years.
The issue here is that you have special violations, not just general violations.
I don't have any special violations.
Well, the special violations include that you have new charges that are same as the charges that you're under sentence for. You committed new charges. That's the allegation. That's
Thank you, Fozzie's cat.
So what you're looking at is very, very serious and very important.
Okay.
And I would say that you would, despite the difficulty in getting paperwork, you need to have the assistance of counsel. But I'm going to ask you some questions. All right. Have you received a copy of the probation petition?
Probation petition?
Uh-huh.
This here, yes.
Yes. And have you read it?
No, do you mind if I read it real fast?
Go ahead.
He's reading it slowly, very quickly. That's what's happening. No, but he uses huge words when he talks to her. But
Hey,
he,
so on here it says
them
that
wrong.
I caught 2 domestic assaults here. Those were misdemeanors. Those were,
Your Honor, if the defendant wishes to make a statement, can he be sworn in so I can cross-examine him?
He has been sworn in. Okay, so Mr. Holdway, I want to tell you that this is a hearing. You're under oath, and you may raise questions that the state would have an opportunity to cross-examine you on. Do you understand that?
what is it? One more time? Will you repeat it?
Your question?
What was it you had just said?
That the state will have an opportunity to cross-examine you. This is actually a hearing. The purpose of this hearing
Tennessee
is to advise you of the dangers of proceeding pro se or self-represented, okay?
Okay.
That's the scope of this hearing. And with a hearing comes the opportunity for the state to cross-examine you or ask you questions about anything that you raise. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay.
So the domestic assault, these are misdemeanors. Those aren't felony charges. Those were misdemeanor charges in Greenville, Tennessee that I did time served for.
Okay. So, Mr. Holdway, this is a hearing, we call it a Faretta hearing, so that you can fully understand the perils of representing yourself. As to the substance of the charges themselves, that's not what we're getting into. I just want to make sure you understand what you're getting into if you want to represent yourself, because you still have a choice to be represented by an attorney. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, and the difference would be the attorney just recollects better than I do, or is
The
it?
attorney is trained, and this is what they do, and they've been educated, and they know the process, and they know the procedure in ways that you don't. And we all have a lane of what we know. There are a lot of things that I don't know that I wouldn't try. I wouldn't try to fix my own sink.
I would.
when I'm
I know
plumber.
everything.
Mad respect to those who have other skills. But let me go through Mr. Holdway. I know that you're asking some questions. I can see your mind clicking.
Yes.
So you've had a chance to read the petition.
Yes, I'm still reading it.
I know, and you're still reading it.
Mhm.
And I want you to understand the charges against you. Do you understand what those charges are? That you fail to,
It's general conditioning of housing of a boat. I was out of state. I just didn't have
we're not
housing.
gonna go through each one of those.
No,
do you-
that was the only charge I have on my petition back. That was the only thing that he violated me for. was
That's not right, but that's not
revocation of,
the only thing that's shown on that petition. So what I urge you to do is go through and read the charges so you can understand what those are. And you do understand that ADA Blunt has stated that he is going to recommend that the balance of your probation be imposed.
what's that mean, imposed?
That you'll spend the balance of the time in jail.
The rest of my time in jail?
That's his recommendation. The court will hear recommendations from the defense, recommendations from the state, and I'll ultimately decide what is the right way to go. His recommendation, though, and he's being honest about it up front, is that you serve the balance of the time to year 2030. Do you understand that?
Yes, I'd rather not.
Not
do that.
saying that you agree with it, but do you understand that?
Yes, I can't.
Okay. All right.
But I've been released. I've been released to these as well. I've been arrested and released to these. So I don't know why these are being brought up again in court.
Mr. Holdway, do you understand that once a probation revocation hearing begins, you cannot change your mind then and ask for an attorney?
What is it, one more time?
If you begin the probation revocation hearing yourself, once you get into the thick of it, do you understand that you cannot then turn to Mr. Carnes and ask him to step in? You have to make a decision about whether you're going to represent yourself or whether an attorney is going to represent you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Absolutely, yes.
Now, do you understand that self-representation is almost always unwise?
It's just independent. Why, I don't get why it would be unwise. It's recollectable of independence between the preponderance of the courtroom. As you said, everybody.
It's recollectable. Something independence of the preponderance of the courtroom, Judge. Don't you know that? You're supposed to know because you're a judge. I'm really disappointed. I'm not mad, but I'm very disappointed in you, Judge Smith.
Everybody's entitled to, their opinions in this courtroom and the balance of the state.
And Mr. Holloway, do you understand that you may defend yourself ultimately to your own detriment?
I defend myself to.
It may not be in your best interest to represent yourself. Do you understand that?
Why is that?
Okay. Do you understand that in conducting the probation revocation hearing, the court will not give you any special treatment if you represent yourself? The rules are going to be the same. The rules would be the same if you had an attorney or if you did not have an attorney. Do you understand?
So I'm eligible for a bond, correct?
That's not what we're talking about, Mr. Holloway.
What are we speaking on?
Mr. Holloway, I'm going to say it again for the third time, so listen to me, all right? We're here today to have this hearing so that you can understand the perils of representing yourself if you choose to do so. I'm not hearing the probation matter today. I'm not hearing a bond matter today. This is a hearing so that you can fully comprehend the challenges of representing yourself.
So,
do you understand that?
Yes, but it's preponderance of evidence right now, and we're talking back and forth about the prior charges that's already been charged.
No, I'm not talking about the prior charges.
And released, and then I'm here due to general housing of abode, and these are all being brought up against me. I'm not even.
Mr. Holloway, Mr. Holloway, you're not even listening. Just a moment.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes.
I'm his probation officer.
Yes.
Probation officer. Can I have a moment and talk with him outside? And can I, since we have a good rapport and good bonding, so I can explain him with details? And I just wanted to have that.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Officer Rivera.
Okay.
Community Supervision Rivera.
Thank you very much. Mr. Holloway, are you willing to speak to Mr. Rivera at this time?
Yes, I'm willing to speak to him.
Okay, why would you give me an opportunity to do that? Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Can I take this with me?
All heroes wear capes.
All right, Mr. Holloway, we're back again in your matter, SPCR 20-01499J6. This is a Faretta hearing, and this is a hearing for you to understand the advantages and disadvantages of representing yourself. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you did have an opportunity to go out and speak to the probation officer. Is it Rivera?
Rivera.
Mr. Rivera.
Yes.
And do you still wish to proceed with representing yourself?
So he told me that he's able to find me housing, and he suggests that I get an attorney. So I believe I'll just do that if I can get some type of housing soon.
That's what I am.
That's what you are?
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You have a very good attorney sitting next to you. If you seem to be under the idea that if you represented yourself, that could fast track things, and that doesn't necessarily fast track things, and it could cause more problems. So am I hearing you say that you wish to be represented by Mr. Carnes, who's seated to your right?
We met multiple times.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, Mr. Holloway, since that is where we are, I'm going to find that there's no reason to rule in this Faretta matter, and
I would ask we just set it for a hearing.
yeah, we'll set it for a hearing. Actually, this is on the arraignment. Mr. Holloway? Okay, it is a probation case. Okay. Okay, let's set it for a hearing then.
She is the queen. I hope you're feeling good today.
Does probation have a recommendation in Mr. Holloway's case? And if you don't, that's not what we're here for.
Okay.
Okay, so no, you wait, all right, gotcha. All right, so there'll be discussions,
Yes, Judge, and I would need civilian witnesses.
okay. Okay. September 20th, 3 o'clock for the hearing.
Thank you.
All right.
You know, I almost wish we won't get to see the trial, the hearing, any of it, because they don't show it. But I just wish she would have stayed per se. I mean, just for the content, just for the judge to have a good day. Explaining things over and over and over again. Shauna, don't. If you want to torture yourself, read the beep beep. Watch the beep 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 stream. All right, Terry's not here. I got a clip for Terry. Terry's not here, but that's okay because I'm sure Terry will see it at some point. We're going to Kentucky for 4 minutes just because we missed Terry.
Plant County Jail. Turn your radio on.
Yes, sir.
And Billy Brown.
Yeah, we do.
Something's in front of your camera there. The jail. Something's laying in front of your camera.
They getting Billy Brown right now.
It's obscured. Either that or you're having an eclipse.
This accent is so good. Everybody's. Kentucky.
Partial eclipse.
That was one. Sign. Right.
The audio is atrocious, but it's only 4 minutes long. Oh, I watched Daryl Brooks. I loved it.
Something in front of your computer. Is there
Right here it is, Your Honor.
It's what? Slowly breathing. There you go. There you
Okay,
go.
sorry, Your Honor.
Okay, now if we can get to Billy Brown. Commonwealth versus Billy Brown.
Billy Brown.
CR 00020. Are you Billy Brown?
Yes, sir.
You born in 1968?
Yes, sir.
What are the last 4 digits of your social security number?
9932.
You're here on a pretrial diversion revocation. What does the Commonwealth have to say?
Your Honor, this is a case,
Hold on, Commonwealth of Kentucky. Hold on 1 second. Kelly just reminded me of something. So, Kelly, I work Tuesday night, right? Tuesday night is trivia night. Okay? One of the questions was, what mountain range starts the Appalachian Mountains in Kentucky? What is it called? He gave a clue. He gave a clue. He said, I'll give you a hint. He said, it's a type of spaniel dog. I only know one type of spaniel, right? But that's not the name of the mountain. But that was the name of everything in that bar for the rest of the night. The Cocker Spaniel, the Cocker Mountain, the Cocker Beer. Just so you know, guys, there is a mountain range in Kentucky that starts the Appalachian Mountains. And it's a type of spaniel, but it's not a Cocker Spaniel. It's something different. I don't know what it is because I was having too much fun with his hint to listen to the answer. But yeah, there is, I don't know, Mel. I don't care. It's Cocker for me. It will always be Cocker. Cocker Mountain starts the Appalachian Mountains. Now we all know. And I'm standing on that hill till I die.
He has a 3-year sentence on possession of controlled substance, first degree, pretrial diversion. He has 2 positive tests for meth, with 1 being diluted, and he denied use, and Mr. Payne had both of them allowed, confirmed as methamphetamine, were prepared for hearing.
And Judge, if I may just inquire Mr. Brown very briefly. Billy, I know we had spoke earlier, or
Yes, sir.
it's your intention to go to rehabilitation. Is that still what you're wanting to do?
Yes.
I think it's Springer.
At this point in time, Your Honor, Mr. Brown completed drug court, and this screening started after he completed drug court. We were going to take him off supervision, but because of these positive tests, I'm hearing revocation. I think probably it would be revoked, and then if the court wants to send him to rehab, we can. As much time and effort as Commonwealth of Kentucky's put in this case.
Yeah, and they get the dilution thing here bothers me too. I'm not feeling it.
Well, I understand, Judge. I guess it's important to know, you only got to have the story here. In specialty court, Mr. Brown is on a medication that in specialty court had similar test results. It was clear through specialty court at that time that this was a result of some medication he was taking. Now, I'm not a doctor. I don't claim to have medical license.
You testify like one in court.
I try, Judge, but I'm skeptical. I just want to make note of that, and I know that doesn't.
I don't have any of that in front of me. Now, if you want to schedule a hearing on that and present some proof, we can do that.
Judge, I think at this point we're at pretrial or diversion revocation.
Well, he's entitled to present evidence if he should not be revoked. It's a decision I have to make predicated on allegation. If you want to call it and kind of witnesses to show that he's got some drug that just was a false testing, it wasn't diluted, you can do all those things. We got plenty of time.
CJ does.
As long as you prepare for that previous DUI case that's scheduled. The rest of your time can be spent on this.
Judge, I would ask to be permitted to reserve and make those arguments upon sentencing.
We'll sentence him and we'll look at these things on shock probation or on probation.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, I'll order a pre-sentence investigation report be done, and we'll have the sentencing on September the 5th. Okay.
I'll be over to speak to you, Mr. Brown.
Thank you. Frankie Davidson. I think Frank Davidson.
Terry, where were you? You were supposed to translate that all for me. I don't know what they said. I don't know what that clip was about at all. But I couldn't help it. The accents were so good that I had to rewatch it again with you guys. Okay, we have one more clip before we go to Fleischer.
5.11, along with the voluntary forfeiture
This guy.
drugs, packaging, and paraphernalia. This matter was referred to the Lake County Adult Probation Department for a pre-sentence investigation report, as well as a drug and alcohol evaluation. Those reports have been completed. The state has had the opportunity to review those reports and is ready to proceed with sentencing. The state would move to dismiss the remaining counts of the indictment, and there are 56 days of jail time credit. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Mulkey. Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court counsel, others in the courtroom here today. I've had multiple opportunities to conference with my client as well as review his pre-sentence report, Your Honor.
I don't know.
What we'd be asking the court to do today, in light of his sentencing on his 2 F5 charges, is
no, but
to a term of
yes,
control without an inpatient facility order for NeoCap, Your Honor, and here's why. My client is 29 years old, Judge. He has a valid driver's license. He completed the 11th grade. He indicates he wants to obtain his GED. Furthermore, he has his father here, Dennis Ledvick, in support of him. He works for his father's and family's owned automotive business in Eastlake. The idea is someday for him to take more of an active role in that business. He understands his need to give up his use of drugs,
Well, if he understands it, why doesn't he do it?
Well, Your Honor, he acknowledges that he needs some help with that. And I think that with the conditions of community control and probation, such as his random drug testing, some orders perhaps.
Yeah, but that doesn't do any good, because when he was out on bond, he was ordered not to use drugs or alcohol, and lo and behold, the day after he pled, he tested positive for, I think, meth. Was it meth and cocaine? So either, let's see. Amphetamine and cocaine. So either he doesn't care about what the rules are, or he can't help himself, right? Go ahead.
Certainly, Your Honor. Absolutely. I agree with you on those points. I've also told my client, as we were sitting here waiting for you to enter this courtroom, that be careful what you wish for, because if the court were inclined to grant him community control without an order of inpatient treatment, and he violates his community control by testing positive for meth or cocaine, there may not even be an option for NeoCap. His next stop could be up to 24 months in prison. He has asked me to relay the request to the court to give him a chance to see if he can't kick this habit and use the tools of the probation department that would be put in place for him to do so. So he hasn't been in trouble for 8 years. Of course, I'm sure an assumption could be made that he's been using and just didn't get caught during that time, and that would be a fair assumption. But nevertheless, Your Honor, he would like a shot at community control. NeoCap is always an option. Prison is certainly an option, and that's likely his next stop if he can't follow this court's orders and meet regularly with probation, do his random drug testing, and stay clean, Your Honor. So other than that, I have nothing to say, but you certainly may inquire of my client. Thank you.
You don't have the first clue about what's going on here. Not the first clue. You don't have the first clue about what is going on here. The entire goal that you have today is to get the hell out of jail as quickly as possible.
No, Your Honor.
Yeah. Well, then tell me what.
It's
What are
good
you
to have
doing?
goals.
I'm here for drugs
I know. Why?
because I was on drugs
How long you been on drugs?
for 10 years.
Why?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Just took control of my life.
Why didn't you stop doing the drugs? Because now you seem convinced that you can go and get a little bit of treatment, and go on about your life, and you'll be okay after 10 years of not being okay. So how does that work?
I was going to try outpatient,
You were going to try outpatient. Where?
Signature Health.
What's that like?
I have no clue. I never tried it.
Right. Why were you? Why did you test positive the day after you were here pleading guilty?
Because he took drugs.
I was trying to get clean.
Nailed it.
Outside.
So you can't. You don't have any control over this, is what you're telling me.
Before I didn't, but I think I can now.
Why?
Because
What makes you think you can?
I've been sitting here for, what, 50?
56 days.
56 days.
Okay.
And I don't know, every day I woke up like I needed something to take, and I just feel better. You know, I don't need anything to take anymore.
Why did you tell the evaluator what kind of treatment can you get me so I don't have to do time? Why did you say that?
Did I say that?
Huh? Yeah, you said that. It's in quotes from the evaluator.
Because I was nervous I was gonna get time.
And then you
Looking up
said,
to
and then you
24
said, here's the alarming thing. This is what really is alarming to me. And this is in quotes. Okay, you stated to the evaluator. I don't even know why I was arrested because I hardly had any drugs on me. I had 4 pills and a little Coke. I'm sure I'll get probation because I don't have a bad record.
What did I say?
Huh?
I don't remember saying
You don't
that.
remember saying
You were high.
that. Do you think that Miss Friend just makes this shit up as she goes along?
No.
What 4 little pills did you have?
Perks
Where'd you get those?
from someone I know.
Who? Who?
Some dude from Cleveland
Who?
named Mills.
Huh?
Mills?
Mills.
Yeah.
You making names up now?
No, I don't know his full name.
No, nobody knows anybody's name. Where in Cleveland?
101?
Huh?
101?
101. What's 101?
St. Clair?
101st and St. Clair? Where on 101st and St. Clair? On the corner? At the stop sign or at the traffic, the
Down the street.
crosswalk? What?
Down the street?
Down the street. How did you know to meet Mills at 101st and St. Clair?
Because I got his number from other people,
Who?
my friends.
Who? You keep shaking your head. Why are you shaking your head?
Mm-hmm.
You see, your interest is you're so screwed up, okay, that your interest sitting here right now is not to be honest with me. It's to protect your stupid friends, okay, that feed you drugs and get you in trouble. Here's what I'm going to suggest, okay? I'm going to suggest that when I leave, I'm going to leave, and you can talk to Mr. Mulkey, okay? And I'll be back, and we'll continue to have a conversation, and you can either wise up or just sit there and shake your head, okay? Now, if you want to do that, go ahead and do that, okay? But man, your attitude right now sucks, and you're going to find yourself laying in a casket with your father looking down on you because you don't really give a shit about anything but getting high. So why don't you talk to Mr. Mulkey for a little bit, okay?
All right. Record? Okay.
I'm looking for a chance to do the right thing. And
What does that have to do with me? Huh? What does you looking for a chance to do the right thing have to do with me?
I mean, I'm gonna do the right thing. And I don't know what to really say. I can't really say too much, you know. I don't know.
I don't. You're looking for a chance to do the right thing. I don't know what that means.
To get my life better. Yeah. To stay clean.
You know what I think you're doing here today? I think you're trying to tell me exactly what you think I want to hear.
No, Your Honor.
Yeah, because that's kind of what you said to that evaluator. What can I do to get me back on the streets as soon as time possible? Anything else you want to say?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Himmeline?
Thank you, Your Honor. Based on the defendant's lengthy juvenile and adult criminal history, as well as his history of drug and alcohol abuse, the state would recommend a sentence of community control sanctions with a referral to NeoCap. Thank you, Your Honor.
NeoCap is not helping this guy. No.
All right, I've reviewed the pre-sentence report, the drug and alcohol evaluation, listened to the defendant, listened to counsel. I've considered all the provisions in 29, 29, 11, 12, and 13. So you want a chance.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you say you want a chance. Does that mean you want something other than a prison sentence? Is that what that means? Is that what you mean by chance?
Just be able to get my life together and go get help.
All right, I'm going to put you on community control for 4 years. You're going to serve 112 days in jail, credit for 56. The last 30 days, you're going to be in the jail treatment program. You're going to complete that program and follow those recommendations. After you finish a jail treatment program, you're going to go into the NeoCap program, complete it, and follow those recommendations. You're going to complete the decision points program through the probation department. After you're done with NeoCap, you're going to go to a sober living facility for at least 6 months and complete that program. You'd have no drugs or alcohol, and you'll be screened to maintain full employment. You utilize only one doctor and one dentist and one pharmacy for any prescription medication. You take your medication as prescribed. You're going to sign releases. You're going to get a mental health evaluation. You're going to follow those recommendations. You're going to pay the costs and supervision fees. Sweehagen, any other terms?
Just from a logistics standpoint, thinking for a change is presumably something I'll complete at NeoCap, which is a beefed up version of decision point. I don't know if you would still want him to do both programs.
All right, no, that's fine. He can do the can do it through NeoCap if he lasts at NeoCap, because I think his attitude is such that he's probably not going to make it through NeoCap because he doesn't want to be there, because he doesn't really want a chance. He just wants to get out. Do you understand all the terms?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about any of the terms? If you violate the terms, and the state will file a
When
motion
you
to terminate
violate.
community control, and if I find you violated, which I suspect you will, okay, based on your attitude coming into this, then I'll send you to prison for 24 months. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then when you get out, you'll be in the clutches of the adult parole authority for 2 years, and they'll put conditions on you. And if you don't listen to them either, then they'll send you back to prison for up to 9 months for each violation, up to 1/2 of my sentence. And if your violation of post-release control is a new felony, then you could get another additional consecutive prison sentence of 12 months or the time you have left under post-release control, whichever is more. So you want a chance? You got a chance.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, well, anything else, Ms. Himalayan?
Just the remaining counts, Your Honor, and bond.
Dismissed and released. Mr. Mulkey, anything else?
Dismissed and released. No, I don't think he's a juvenile. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Me too. Oh, I thought I closed it. Okay. So, listen, guys. Today's video that's coming out at 6 o'clock, it's the AM of day 2 of the Kelly trial, was over 3 hours long. Plus I worked. Plus I got court videos. But I made a fatal error that I couldn't fix. So to end Judge Fleischer for the night, I normally have to record like 2 hours of Judge Fleischer, and then I can edit it down to what we see, the 1 hour that we see. Well, I had thought I'd press record while I was on the other computers getting the stream ready, and then when I came here to edit, there was nothing here. I did not record. So and there was no more hours left in the day. I spent all my hours doing all that other stuff. So we have Judge Fleischer. We're just gonna have to, you know, do it the old-fashioned way, and I'll just bump it forward when I have to. Let me make sure he's not muted. He's muted. This is where we stopped, I think, the day that we saw this trial in my stream. Yeah, I know. I did. I blew it, but you know what? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Here we go.
Now I want to watch it. You got to tell me.
Yep, there you go.
What's it called? Rikers Island?
Rikers Island.
Rikers
No.
Island.
Mental health patients go.
No,
All right, I'm gonna
I
check
did
that. I'm gonna check it out.
Can't get it, bro. Let him walk around the whole place. Let him do what he want. He was imagining talking to people with me. It's good.
I'll check it out.
In the movie, you find out that he imagined everything. Yeah. Whole time they
Okay, don't give it away, man. I mean, there goes the movie.
It's good.
Come on, kid. Man. Hey, Alan. What do we have here?
We have a plea for Mr. Felix.
Felix.
Alfaro.
Is Felix the last name? No.
Alfaro. A-L.
Alfaro. I see it. Okay.
Allegedly.
One second.
Don Lee, who you got?
First time.
Judge, I've got Ryan Scott.
I think I've said this before, but I am sort of upset with Judge Fleischer because we're in Texas. So we should have more of an accent going on in this court, and we don't.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me do this plea real quick, and then I'll hit you up. Morning, Mr. Alfaro. Mr. Alfaro, you stand charged with 3 cases, 2 counts of criminal trespass, 1 count of interference with the duties of a public servant. On all of those, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 27 days in jail credit for the 9. Tell me, what are you doing with your life now?
I don't know yet.
How old are you?
36.
You're 36 and you don't know what you're doing with your life. I don't believe it for a second. What are you doing with your life, man? Does the dope have a complete control over you?
No, not necessarily.
So what is it?
A lot of things.
What is up with you? You know, I have people that come in here quite a bit. I've got a couple regulars, and they can just continue to pick up cases. And every time they pick up a case, they refuse to come to court. And you know, every time that happens, we just issue a warrant. At some point, the magistrates will stop giving you a PR bond, and then you're going to come to me like we are now.
He's still
Your
breathing.
cases on both of those are at 10,003 because you refuse to come. I'm going to tell you now, If you can't figure out what's going on with your life, then you and I are going to do it together. And if you continue, I will not take any more deals. And the next time you get arrested, we're going to put you into a program. So we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. But you need to figure out what you're doing with your life and not end up on the street. So I will see you. And if I see you, if I see you again and you continue to pick up the criminal trespassers for being on the street, I'm going to keep you and I'm going to put you in a program. You understand? It's high time for you to figure out at 36 what you're doing with your life. The street ain't working for you. Did you graduate from high school?
No.
Do you work?
Right now, no.
So what do you do for money?
Nothing.
This is the last time that we will do this. Do you understand?
Yes.
For the next 5 years, I will have jurisdiction over you. Mr. Alfaro, you come back. It's not going to go well. The state has offered you 27 days in jail on one of the criminal trespasses. They're going to dismiss the 2 other cases that you have. You have credit for 9 days, meaning that you will get out today. And I'm telling you now, Mr. Alfaro, the only thing I want
It's my daughter.
is my streets to be safe. You endanger the streets. You violate any laws. I'm going to do that to you. Do you understand? So when you're out there on the street and when you have the decision to make whether to do something smart or whether to do something boneheaded, I want you to picture us, because if you come back, it's going to be a long time.
Okay.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept these agreements, you can never undo this. Now, from now on, you will be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any case that you pick up in here. But I'm telling you, we will be looking at facilities, because if you can't figure out what you're going to do with your life, you and I will do it together. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I plead to the offense of criminal trespass.
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. I will sentence you to the agreement of 27, credit for 9. Any enhancements will be abandoned. Both of your other 2 cases are dismissed. Mr. Alfaro, make good decisions. Thank you.
Your Honor,
Thanks,
one
Alan.
more thing regarding the Trapper Nasha. Currently in custody. His case is getting kind of old. However, it's something going on upstairs with his felony.
What's the last name?
Nasha.
Oh, Nasha.
I didn't.
I see it.
That's
Okay.
I wanted to get another reset. I understand this case is getting kind of old, but he's trying to follow the felony. Right now, he's having trouble with his attorney upstairs. The attorney didn't show up to the last hearing, and it happened twice now.
But they haven't shown up.
Yes.
Come on. What are they doing up there, Jason? Do they have any offers? The case is 200 days, man, you know? Dude's stuck. Can't do anything because lawyer won't show up.
I'm not seeing any offers, Judge.
All right, we'll give you to the following day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So that'll be.
Well, I fear that the defense counsel for the felony countered with the 1 year. That was 2 days ago. She says Harris County Jail, so time served.
And that's what they do. Wait it out till they get time served, you know? Such a shame. Okay, so if you want to set it to 8/9, it's a Friday, but.
Monday sounds great, Alan.
It works. Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
Of course. Well, hold on a second. I've been waiting. Don Lee's been waiting. So, no, you can come up, but I'm going to help Don Lee real quick because he's been waiting. Okay, Don Lee.
Good morning, Judge.
So what was your guy's name? Scott, right?
Ryan Scott.
Hey, what are we doing with Mr. Scott?
Judge, I plan on doing a plea. I got blocked in by my 16-year-old and I don't have keys. And so I'm stuck at home.
No PTI though?
No, Judge. He's not eligible.
Okay, maybe I see some, perhaps I don't see what you see. Okay.
He's also wanting to get an occupational, and so I had just got that paperwork last night. I would prefer if I could like reset it to early next week. If
Let
not,
me ask you this, how many DWIs does he have?
just one pending in Alabama. That's my understanding.
I don't know about giving him an occupational if he has an open DWI in another state. I don't know. You know, come up, are you Mr. Scott? Come on up. Sorry, Ms. Ayala, just bear with me a second. All right. Pavel, can you run an NCIC? Does he have any other DWIs elsewhere?
Is that prior in North Dakota?
So he has a prior North Dakota. He's got an open one in.
I do not have one in any other state.
Do you have another, do you have any other open DWIs at this moment?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, what do you guys see?
The only prior I see is a Class C liquor violation.
Check the notes sheet. Yeah.
Don Lee, of course, I'll give you another reset.
Okay, Judge.
I just, the case is getting old. It's 150 days. So it's now time to figure out what we're gonna do. I will give you another 30 days, but at the next setting, we need to figure out what we're gonna do. You must either accept the plea bargain offer from the state, or I'm gonna set your case for trial. Do you understand? You have your lawyer's here with you, but he's on Zoom. It's your responsibility to get with him, figure out what's going on, and go through the evidence. Jason, discovery is complete, correct?
It is, Judge.
Okay. Don Lee, I want a full background check to see what kind of DWIs, if he has any more, because I just have conflicting things, so I just don't know.
I get it, Judge.
I'm always open, but my first concern is I don't want him drinking while he's on a license of mine. That's my only concern, and I don't know.
Sure.
So for now, I'm gonna have you go to Victoria. We'll have you sign a reset. We'll get you out of here. When you come back at the next setting, it's time to figure out what we're gonna do. Okay? All right. Good luck, Mr. Scott.
Judge, how much time?
30 days. Must appear.
August 27th through the 29th.
August 27th to the 29th, Don Lee. You tell me.
One second, Judge. 27th, perfect.
Okay, it's yours. And then we'll see you in 30, okay?
Thank you, Judge. Sorry about my non-appearance.
So, hey, before you file it and spend the money, come and talk to me first, okay?
I will.
Okay.
I will.
Is it open?
I don't see it as a position, Judge, so I think so.
Okay. All right, dude, we got you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Don Lee.
All right, have a good one.
You too.
Good morning. I'm here on Denise Gonzalez. She is,
Did she go? Did she have it? What
she
happened?
hasn't, they haven't
Still hasn't got-
contacted her yet. But
Come on.
I talked to the state about another resolution.
Okay,
Decision-making class. Can we just have 2 weeks for her to do the class and then she'll be done?
so just a decision-making class? Okay. It's Dionisio or something like that, right?
Denoso Gonzalez.
Okay, it's just a decision-making class. I'm giving her a week,
Okay, that's
right?
fine.
It's nearly 10,050 days old.
Yes.
1,050. All right, so 1 week. If she doesn't have it done, she's got to be here. Okay,
I'll let her know.
okay.
Thank you.
All right, good luck. Hi, Matt. Did you do a motion to sub?
I did.
Okay.
There you go.
CERNA. Cerna.
Checking on Hightower. Why do I know Hightower? Hold on a second. Is he back there today?
Judge, this was, I got this, I guess, July 4th, July 5th, oh no, during the week of the hurricane.
Okay,
And then Trinidad got off the case and then I got assigned to it and I just had to file that motion.
got it. Okay. Okay, is that it?
No, for that, yes.
Okay.
This last name, CERNA, Sebna Bonilla, in custody.
Okay.
Been waiting for an evaluation. Damien made an offer of, I guess essentially time served. But because of his hold, because of the facts, and because of what he wants to do, he's asked for a jury trial date.
Okay. So talk to Ramona.
Talk to who?
Ramona.
Okay, in the back. Perfect.
I don't care, whatever day you want is fine with me.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Hey. Hey.
Yeah, Mr. Salinas Silva, that's the BBR. I haven't been able to speak to him. His phone is disconnected. I did send him text messages to be here in court.
It's on docket today, right?
It is.
Yeah, okay. Did you want to stay on it or do you want to withdraw?
I can stay on it, Judge. I have to talk to my higher ups to see what. they
It's
want
up
me
to you. I mean, all I know is it's 207. He's MIA with you. He's got a bond violation. It gets revoked today. Just keep me in the loop.
Yes, I will. I'm gonna check also ERD because this case was reviewed before.
Yeah, I pulled it over here because of the BVR.
Maybe it's not.
If he's over there, just come back and let me know. But other than that, so I'm revoking it now. So, okay.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Thanks for coming. $15,001 on Salinas. Hey, Vic, 15,001 on Salinas.
Oh, Judge, Mary Beth, from 7th Court, says the movie is on Shutter Island.
Shutter Island. What? But yeah, I mean, he told us exactly what happens in the darn movie, man.
It's deeper, it's deeper.
Oh, well, thanks, Mary Beth. But I mean, what? Huh? Have you seen Shutter Island?
One of the best movies ever, Judge.
It's not good?
No, it's good.
Yeah, I think
I'm gonna
it's
check it out.
I think it's one of the best movies of all time.
Really? Damn it! Don't oversell it, Jason.
It's so good.
It's when Leonardo was a little younger.
Yeah. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, come on.
Judge, I just need to report on you on a few other cases that you had required appearance. First is Mr. Brooks. You wanted him back because he wanted a report on either school or job. Good news is last
Where's
week.
Mr. Brooks?
He's here. You want,
Come on, Mr. Brooks.
last week he started working as a technician at Valvoline, Judge, changing oil, blah, blah, blah. So he's
Wonderful.
got a job.
Did he graduate high school?
You know, that
Let's figure it out.
I told him about your job at Valvoline and this, and got all glad about that. Have you completed high school? Did you finish high school?
Yes, sir.
You got the high school diploma and all that?
Yes, sir.
You graduated high school?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are you doing now?
Valvoline technician, as a technician.
Are you working
Yes, sir.
full time?
Full time, yes, sir.
Wonderful. That's great. Now you're gonna make a ton of money and you get to stay out of trouble.
Yes, sir.
It's a win-win for everybody, right?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Judge, state just needs to rip the FSGI. Once they get that, we're trying to come up with a deal to keep this off of his record.
Above all else in this life, do not drive.
Yes, sir.
Nothing will derail you more than if you get in a car and start driving right now, because I've ordered you not to drive. You signed an affidavit promising us you're not going to drive.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm telling you, we want to see you do well, but if you start driving when you're not supposed to, I'm going to grow horns and a tail because I'm going to be so upset.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're doing well. You're working, staying out of trouble. That's all we ask.
Yes, sir.
Okay? If you stick with John, good things are happening for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Great. So we'll just give you a normal reset. All right. If you want to head on over to Victoria, we'll get you out of here now, Mr. Brooks. All right. John D, is that it?
What's the last name?
This is Mr. Judge, we have two others. One is Mr. Dorsey. He's in custody. I spoke to Durian. He just needs a quick time to eval, get a hold of the complaining witness. He's actually doing 180 days on his felony. They just need to double check with the complaining witness and it should be.
I understand. How long do you want?
Just a quick reset. He just told me he just has to reach out to the complaining witness.
It's only 27 days old.
But I don't want to keep him too long because he's 180 days up there. So I know he's going to be in jail for a little while, but so maybe, maybe a couple of weeks at the most.
You tell, I mean, it's 27. Whatever you want, you can.
Yeah, just, probably. Can I just work it out with her within a couple of
Whatever you
weeks?
want, for sure.
The last one, Judge, is Mr. White. Mr. White also was due back just to report with you. He's on disability, Judge, so he's, job wise, it's difficult for him.
Mr. White here.
He is here, Judge. He's homeless, but he is doing well. He's actually signing up to do tax training online. He's got a phone.
Come up, Mr. White.
He got shot, Judge, so he just moved through his little smoke. Mr. White, you might have to go.
Mr. White got shot.
He might have gotten shot before. I don't know. I didn't meet him last time. So
I don't remember this before.
I
It's so loud in here. Keep it down, man. What's going on? Did you just get shot? When? Oh, I didn't hear you. Okay, I didn't ask where it happened. I said, did you just get shot? When did you get shot? All right. What are you doing with yourself now? I'm trying to get back to where was that? What does that mean?
Tell him about your, signing up for the tax courses, your business and things like that. He just wants to know that you're hired at direction.
I have a landscaping business.
Shh.
I have a landscaping business.
It's really hard. I can't hear. I need you to speak up. All I heard was that you do lawn care. That's the only thing I heard. Okay. I wanted you as a condition of your bond to get either a full-time job or to be in school full-time. So you're not out there doing nothing because people become self-destructive.
He said he was in school, Judge, and he signed up for online, it's called National Tax Training. It requires 150.
Is it at Ponca City University?
No, it's just some kind of online. He showed it to me on his phone, Judge.
What else are you doing, Mr. White? This case has been open for 25 days. What have you done to look for a job?
I've actually went to places for the application.
If I drug test you now, what's going to show up? Sorry? I'm going to send them right now. Yep. That's what we'll do. Just take a seat for me, Mr. White. We'll talk. Hey. Hi. Oh, I'm sorry. John.
No worries.
It's okay. Did you want to talk about something else?
No, that's it. I want to wait on White.
I'll call you.
I'll be here for lunch.
I have Miss Kizzy. So Miss Kizzy did test negative today. I spoke with her
Where is
about.
she? Come up.
I spoke with her about apparently she was supposed to check in on Mondays and Wednesdays. She said she wasn't aware. I will say, Judge, Miss Kizzy has been diligent with me. I believe her. I just think.
She signs a piece of paper
She did.
with conditions and we give it to you. And I told you over and over. And in fact, there's videos floating around all over YouTube that you acknowledge that you were supposed to test.
Yes,
and you haven't done it.
I did test negative today.
I call in and I was never scheduled. I thought it was the call in. So that's my fault.
And she tested negative last time. I do think it's a mistake on her part. I don't think she's hiding any sort of drug use. That's the point I do want to make. I do believe she has been clean. She's trying to take care of her kids. If you remember, you had Miss Kizzy go into custody when I was first appointed because she had tested positive. That was horrifying for her. And she's still she's on the straight and narrow right now. I think that you won't have any problem with her reporting from here on out. She was calling in. Apparently she's supposed to go in person. She knows now. She does have.
You miss one more time. And I'm gonna take copious notes, Miss Kizzy. If you miss one more time, I'm going to revoke your bond. And I'm gonna double, if not triple it. Do you understand? Don't miss again. What's going on upstairs? Do you know? With her other cases?
I spoke with her last setting. I didn't speak with you today about what happened.
I haven't went up there. I'm gonna have to get another lawyer today, upstairs.
And Judge, this is me asking, this is not Ms. Kizzy asking, considering she's tested negative last 2 times, can she just report once a week instead of twice? She does have small children.
The problem is that she can tailor what she wants to do, knowing that you only come once a week. So I will do this, okay? I will have you come once a week here, but you must go to a Quest Diagnostic where you live and you can take another test there, but it's your responsibility to get the test to counsel and she'll get it to me. I promise you, Miss Kizzy, if you miss one more time, I will revoke your bonds. I'm gonna make notes now and I'm gonna put you on my list. So I have here to look, because I have a list here and I guess I didn't have your name on it, that I look every single day. Who comes Mondays and Thursdays to test? Do you understand? No more missing. And if you can stay negative for the next month, I'll take you off. But it has to be a month of no testing, positives. Do you understand? Okay, that's the agreement. And I will put that in the notes here so that no one forgets that if she continues to test negative for the next month, I'll take you off random testing. As far as the felony case, I don't even see a lawyer attached anymore. They granted the withdrawal. I can't believe that they would just grant the withdrawal without.
Without replacing counsel.
Right. Especially given it's as old as it is, but okay. I'm gonna tell you now that I'm not gonna sit here and wait for you to take care of upstairs. We have a certain timeline that we do things at 180 days here. It's time to figure out what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna sit there and wait for upstairs because that, especially with you not having a lawyer, it's gonna take another 6 months. I don't care. Do you understand? So the problem is that yeah, I don't know. You gotta work it out sooner rather than later. Okay, all right.
Can you repeat that condition again? She can report once a week, but it has.
So what we'll do is she will report here once a week. The other one, she can go to Quest Diagnostics. They're all over Houston. So she can go to one near her house, right? I don't want you to go to a Ponca City Labs where you can buy a test.
I live in Willis, Texas, Montgomery County. Is there one there?
What?
Here,
let me look real quick. I don't know, but I'm sure there is. They have Quests all over, right? To take a look, just Google it. There should be one near there, but I want a legitimate lab. I don't want some, because there's a lot of labs that will just, you give them $30, they'll give you whatever they want. I don't trust that. Okay?
You have to pay for that test?
Yeah, I can't pay for that. If you do it here, I can pay for it. Over there, I can't do that. But I'm willing to help you so you don't have to come here. But that's the only way. Because that way I know that it's legitimate and not a bunk test. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Morning, please. How are you?
Hey, bro.
Ms. Marissa Vasquez, young. This is one we had court on, but I believe on.
She tested negative.
And
So-
I told the court that she would.
Yeah,
but
great.
She asked her to be present just in case, but she's sure with me.
We'll just give you a normal reset,
Yes, sir.
30 days, and then you guys just work it out.
All right. Sounds great, young. Thank you.
Sure. Do I know you? I-
Oh, yeah.
It's been a long
I
time.
know. I have a client in here. I have a hired client. So I'm on actually
Wonderful.
picking up on the 8th floor. But yeah.
Are they here? Is it today or
No, it's not off
no?
docket.
What's your cost?
It is 251-4584, Jesse Johnson. I wasn't able to make it to his arraignment. I was out of town, so Josh Stephen was here for me. But I reviewed the bond conditions and I just.
For 820, oh, you want to change bond conditions?
Correct, and I just spoke with the state about it. The one thing we're gonna do is the residency restriction because my client and CW are neighbors, like CW lives with his parent, like CW's parent.
Refresh my memory, what happened in the case?
It's an allegation of assault bodily injury. My guy was at his house in his garage. CW comes over, they talk, someone goes to the store, argument happens. CW alleges my guy hit him.
Okay, so it's neighbor upon neighbor.
Yeah, but they were friends prior to all that. I
I
mean,
can't imagine I would exclude him from his own home.
well, it's a 200 or within 200 feet. So my client is just concerned about that 200 feet.
Do you guys have the rip done? Or I guess I need to give you the cause number.
Yes, Your Honor, we completed the rep, we're opposed to the change of the grades.
Okay, just tell him to be careful.
Yeah, that's what he's
Like-
been doing. He's brought this to my attention too. And he said he's been driving around.
Is your guy here now?
No, he's not.
Okay, so just warn him that I don't know how vindictive the neighbor's gonna be, but if he's one of those that are gonna call and start yelling, then
Correct. And he's being very, very careful. So he's being, but yeah, so he's being very good. That's why he wanted to address this.
Okay.
So he's being very proactive with.
I'm okay with it if they're okay with it.
Okay, awesome. All right, thank you, Your Honor.
I'll make a documentation now.
All right, thank you. Maybe excuse and good to see you.
Dude, take care.
Hey.
7.
I'm coming. I'm coming with you.
Yeah.
Aaron, I think you were next, right? Were you not? I know that you've been waiting, so.
I have Miss Stewart, Your Honor. She's a
custody or
young
on
lady.
bond?
No, she's on bond. She has a medical excuse from last week and she did appear this morning.
Oh, that's her.
Yes, I'm asking her bond be reinstated, Judge.
What's the cause number?
Is 2519512.
Stuart. I don't think that we've even done PC. So we have to do that real quick. Okay. All right, Ms. Stewart, you were charged with criminal trespass and there's a deadly weapon allegation. Because of that, it kicks it up to a Class A misdemeanor and you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Okay? All right, please.
On July 12th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a suspicious person with a weapon call at the Union Pacific Rail Terminal. It's the terminal on the east side of town. It's 50 rail lines in a row parallel. The location has multiple no trespassing signs in its stay. When officers arrived, the defendant was standing between railroad tracks, and officers observed her to have a pistol in her pants. Officers took control of the pistol. It was not in a holster. A witness stated that she observed video of the defendant waving a gun around in her hand, but no one was close enough to hear what she was yelling. The witness stated that she had the gun in her hand and did not point it at anybody.
Was she trespassing?
Yes, Your Honor. She was in the rail, like the part where there's a whole bunch of train tracks. There's no one supposed to be in that because of safety. Trains tend to.
Was she warned that she couldn't be there, or
it's a fenced area, Your Honor?
so she's inside the fence of
Yes, in the actual terminal where the trains are. It's not. No one's supposed to be inside, or no humans are supposed to be inside.
Okay, so ma'am, tell me about yourself. What do you do these days? How old are you? Okay, what do you do in life?
Right now, what I'm doing, I just stay with my.
Guys, go ahead.
I just stay with my brother and I work at a dazzles shop.
Okay. What happened? You said that you were admitted into a location.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me more about that?
It's in behavioral health.
Okay. Did you admit yourself?
Sir, I was going through emotional state of mind and I was walking on the highway naked. So they ended up taking me to the hospital. I stayed at the hospital, then they transferred me.
Okay. Are you taking any medication?
Yes, sir.
Okay, take it. Good things happen when you take it. The problem is that, and we see it so much that people start taking medication, they start to feel good, right? You know, I feel good. I don't need it anymore. I'm just going to stop taking it. And boom, what happens? The cycle starts happening again. If you take the medication and continue to take it, good things happen. So keep taking it. I am making that a condition of your bond now. I want you to take it, and I'm ordering you to continue to do it. Okay. The only other thing I'm going to ask you to do is no weapons. As long as you can abide by these two things and stay in contact with Aaron, because he's the lawyer that we've given you, good things will happen for you. Did you graduate from high school?
I'm currently taking an online course at Penn Foster. I've really been doing it since I was 19. It's this last essay. I'm just very.
I am also making that a condition. You and I are going to work together to make sure that you get your high school diploma. You cannot be rolling around in life without, at the very minimum, that, because you're never going to make any money. You'll never get a good job. You have to have it. So what we're going to do is this, is I'm setting your case off for 2 weeks from today. And I want you to start looking into finishing up your GED classes. Okay. If you need any kind of resources whatsoever, ask Aaron, and we have the managed assigned counsel division that can help you with resources.
Yes, sir.
If you need anything, we can help you out with it. But we can't unless you ask for it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. All I'm asking you to do is take the medicine, no weapons, and let's get your GED.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to set you off 2 weeks. I want you to come back to show me what you've done. Got it?
Got it.
All right. If you do this, you and I will be best friends.
Yes,
and
sir.
that's what I want. And if that happens between us, there are going to be rainbows everywhere. All right. Okay.
I'm going to get my GED so I can be best friends with Judge Fleischer.
Good luck with the story. Thank you. Can you file those conditions? No, it'll be with state. Aaron, please, you cannot leave until you sign the bond conditions, okay? Okay, all right, that's it. All right, thank you, Ms. Stewart. And I'll reinstate the bond. Huh? Oh, you want a cause number?
Yes.
It's 251 9512. Yeah, Twyla Stewart. Reinstate bond. No, reinstate the bond. It's in warrant status now. Okay, Amy. Hi, Ricardo. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Approaching on a fugitive case, Mr. Malachi Bowles. Judge, I'm here requesting a bond, a fugitive bond, so he can get out and go handle his business in Orlando, Florida.
Okay,
Uh,
position?
Judge, the state would be, the state does not see any criminal.
This guy right here, Barb, that's Trey. He is a trainee clerk.
History at this time for this defendant.
So let's talk with him. I'm not opposed.
Okay.
Let's talk with him to figure out what amount.
Sure.
He's wanted for grand theft at 20,000.
I saw it. Is it a BMW? Is it a Mercedes? What is it?
We don't know.
A Tesla truck? I hope it's one of those.
I tried to call the DJ earlier, even just for a gunshot. They said I needed a records request.
Okay, just we'll have him bring him out. Yeah.
Okay.
If you're gonna let him know.
Bring 'em out.
Okay. Ms. Chisholm. Hey,
Plea for Mr. Perez.
okay.
He's going in.
Got it. Okay, come up, Mr. Perez.
Counsel, what's the first name?
Joette.
Come up, come on. One case, right?
Yes, Judge.
There's four people named Perez on the docket, Judge.
Yeah, it's Joel Perez. All right. Good morning, Mr. Perez. Good morning. You speak English, right?
Sir.
Mr. Perez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You're also charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. So there's two cases.
I'm sorry, that one's getting dismissed.
Yeah, okay. So as part of the plea bargain agreement, it's 30 days in jail, credit for the 2 days that you've done. You need to understand this DWI will go on your record. It's going to be there forever. What happens if you get pulled over and you smell like alcohol again, Mr. Perez?
Get another DWI, 30, or
What happens then?
prison.
With your criminal history, if you get pulled over, because you've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 priors. If you get pulled over, do you think an officer is going to be nice to you? No chance in HE double hockey sticks. Don't give them a reason. If you smell like alcohol, if you smell like dope, they're going to charge you with a felony offense. You're looking at 2 to 10 at the penitentiary. So don't smoke, don't drink when you get into a car. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
It's that easy. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement today, you can never change this. It's going on your record. It'll be there and forever. It's even there after you die.
Sir.
You understand?
Sir.
How do you plead to the offense, sir?
It's
I will find you guilty, sentence you to 30 days in jail. I will give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. I'm going to suspend your license for 1 year. Don't drive until you get a license. And good luck to you, sir. Okay. And he's going in now. Okay. All right. Mister. Good luck.
Mr. Malachi.
Mr. Malachi, don't talk to people. There's no reason for you to talk to anyone else but me. Come on up. How's jail?
I really like it.
Good. I'm glad you don't like it. That's a good thing. If you don't like it, then that means, and what we hope, is that you will comply with the rules that you're supposed to, because when you do, good things happen. And when you don't, the sentences get longer, the bars get colder. Jail's not supposed to be fun. You're wanted out of what state?
Florida judge.
You're wanted out of Florida for, is it?
That's more than 20K and less than 100,000.
That's what you're wanted for. And you want me to set you a bond. Okay. What other prior criminal history does he have?
Judge, we're not seeing any criminal history at this time.
Judge, the only identifiers that are, for whatever reason in the system, is his date of birth. So whenever we run it, we're able to pull up his driver's license. And then whenever we run it through the NCIC, TCIC system, it shows no identifiable for that individual. So I have a decent level of confidence that he has no criminal history. confirm it 100% because we don't have.
Are you on probation with this case in Florida, or is it just an open case?
Sir, I wasn't aware I had a warrant until I got pulled over.
You show it's an old case? Is it a new case?
Early June of this year.
So, a month ago?
Yeah, it was issued last month.
So, Mr. Bowles, here's the deal. You want me to set you a bond? I will. But what's required of you is you must go turn yourself into Florida. Is there a bond set or no bond set?
No bond at this time, Judge.
Okay, so you have to go turn yourself into Florida. We give you 2 weeks from the date of your release to do that. If you do that within that time, this fugitive case against you gets dismissed. If you fail to do that, you understand that you're an adult. There are decisions, there are consequences with your decision. I will not set you another bond. If you fail to go to Florida, that's okay. I'm going to revoke this bond. I will set it at 0. You will not get another one. And I will issue a warrant. We're going to get you. This time I will physically hold you in custody until Florida comes and gets you, which could be a long time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Can you make it to Florida?
Yes, sir.
Do not get on a plane. Do not get on anything like that because they're going to arrest you. You still have an outstanding warrant in Florida. We're just letting you post bond to go do it instead of waiting for Florida to come get you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
How much now?
Judge, because no criminal history's been presented, I'm gonna assume he's got no criminal history and therefore, and this case was just filed a month ago. So I would ask for a $300 bond.
I'm not going to do 300 when it's at $20,000 to $100,000. I mean, it's got to be a little bit more skin in the game than that. What do you guys state? What do you say, Stephen?
Judge, we'll defer to your judgment on that. I don't really have a solid number on it. We've had a lot more experience with setting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Judge, if I may, he is still presumed innocent over there, so, I mean, this just affords him the first opportunity to go take care of it. If he doesn't do that, then, yeah, they'll go higher, but this is the first opportunity.
Well, he's a flight risk. I mean, we have to figure that, you have to have enough skin in the game that we know that you're going to head to Florida. I mean, I'm not out to skin your life, but I want you to understand that if you fail to go, there are very serious consequences.
Yes, sir. I completely understand.
So I'll set your bond at $2,500. Okay. When you do get out, go directly to Florida. Don't sit and wait till the last day of 2 weeks because as Murphy's Law dictates, what can happen will happen, and I don't care. If you fail to go there, I will revoke the bond, set it at 0, and then you'll be stuck.
Judge, just considering that he has to pay the full 100%, that's a big amount. Would you consider going to 1,000?
It's 1% of what he has in Florida. The way I figure is that you're wanted for $20,000 to $100,000. I set it at a mere fraction of that. I mean, if he's unable to do it, then we can talk. All right. But for now, I'll set it at 2,500. Okay. All right. Good luck, Mr. Bowles.
Thank you.
Craig. Well, just hold on a second. Don't set it just yet.
Yeah.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on Kagundu, who's on docket today. Lukambazi Kagundu.
That with a K?
Yes, K-I-G-G, the first 4 of the last.
I see. Okay.
So I spoke into the state and they realized that their blood is defective, but they want to proceed to trial anyway.
Okay.
So we're asking for a trial date.
So I'm okay. I'm whatever you want. And it's only 146 days. So if you want to go back, talk to Ramona, I'm okay with whatever trial date you get.
Thank you.
For sure.
Thank you.
Hi. Yeah.
Good morning, Judge. I have an off docket matter.
Okay.
252-1189.
Okay.
Adrian Lumumba.
Stewart?
Lumumba.
Yes.
Okay.
This is Mr. Lumumba's first setting. He has an arraignment set. His arraignment setting was actually coming up on Tuesday. He hired me late yesterday.
Is he here now?
Yes, he
You
is.
want to do it now?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Yeah. Let me just, I got to get Victoria here. So just give me 2 minutes, 5 minutes for her to get back out and then we can do it for you. We'll do the arraignment.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Sure. Greg. Can you talk?
Fugitive. So Lamar Johnson, he's been there a while. He did sign a waiver, but he had the parole hold forever.
Another one of these parole
It's
things?
been lifted. It was lifted yesterday.
Great.
Yeah, but he still has to sit for 14 days. I was gonna see if you'd consider a bond. So you can go deal with it, get permission from parole.
Guys?
We got some things on that.
Okay, um. Been waiting all this time. What's he on parole for?
I'm just trying to figure that out. I'm trying to rerun it. He's got a criminal history that's like a mile long out of 3 or 4 different states. It's a lot of domestic abuse. So I would assume it's domestic abuse.
You know what they say about assumption.
I do.
But he does have a lot of assaults.
It's more than likely actually out of here. So he was sentenced to 4 TDC in 2016.
He should be discharged off that.
Yeah, that's true.
He just had an impeding breath dismissed too. Is that why they released the hold?
He had a what?
He had an impeding breath dismissed beginning
That was
of,
the local, I think.
yeah. Is that what was?
It's like some sort of home fraud thing in Louisiana is the Louisiana warrant,
Is it?
whatever the hell that
Yeah, the
means.
warrant was for home improvement fraud.
The thing is that he's just wanted from Baton Rouge. They're like every other day. I think it's speculation that they're not going to pick him up for 14 days. So, and the thing is, he's just.
Well,
got-
today's what?
The other-
Thursday? Why don't we set it to Monday? If they don't pick him up by that time, I'll give you a bond.
Here's the other thing, Judge. He's been wanted on this home improvement fraud offense since 2019. So if
Say that again?
he's been wanted on this home improvement fraud since 2019.
He wasn't hard to find, Judge. I mean.
What do you mean by
So
that?
if he was gonna turn himself in, he likely would have done it sometime between now and 2019.
Can you reach out to Louisiana and see if they can pick him up by Monday?
Yeah, I mean, that may be kind of a tall order since it's Thursday, but we can see when, I think they, if I'm not mistaken, they use PTS, so.
I don't know.
PTS is-
Can we roll it to tomorrow? Will you mind reaching out and see when the earliest they can come? You mind? Are you okay with that?
I'm here tomorrow on another fugitive case, so.
Yeah, so let's roll it to tomorrow. If you, I'm sorry, but you know, if you can please reach out and see.
I mean, he hasn't been hard to find, Michael. You know,
I mean, but through no fault, he's been waiting how long because of parole? But I mean, in all fairness, I mean, he did pick up a case though, right? So
but they reinstated him, so that tells me that case was nonsense.
they reinstated what, the parole?
Yeah.
I don't know, lifting a hold, all they do is they lift the hold, but we, does that mean that they reinstated his parole? I don't know.
Kentucky is so hard to translate that even Goat Luis wouldn't be able to do it.
Well, at least for example, for like Trey's case, they lifted it, but they still wanted him. I know that they went through the revocation hearings to get to residence. I don't know exactly what happened.
Okay, so I guess let's do this. Can you reach out to them and see if they can pick him up? Or when's the earliest? And then we'll go from there. Let's roll it to tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
I've just been rolling him like every day for 2 weeks, that's what. So that's why I figured I would just ask for a bond.
If you want to, I can talk to him. If he's giving you a hard time or if he's not understanding, I can give him a, you know, I can talk to him.
Yeah, I mean, because, I mean, unfortunately, it's been a lot of resets.
Want me to talk to him?
Yeah.
Just
I
have
get
a-
his frustration. He's in a wheelchair, but.
Okay, yeah.
Attorney for Grover?
Do you mind bringing him out? Mr. Lamarck Johnson, please. Sims.
It's Gregorian Mosley, if you're ready.
Okay, let's do it. Hey, so Will brought in are you, okay. Tracy, do you have the cause number on that? The arraignment? You got it? Okay. Is it Gregorian Mosley?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mosley, you're charged with evading arrest or detention. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 2 days that you've done. Mr. Mosley, you must understand this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there forever. If you ever run from the cops again, you will be facing a felony charge. They can use this to enhance you to a felony charge. And then if you have other felony convictions, they can just continue to enhance you and then enhance you and then enhance you. Do you have any prior criminal history?
Yes, Judge. He has a few trips to prison, I believe.
Do you?
Yes.
I mean, they could really sock you with like a 5 to life, man. You'd be looking at a first-degree felony to run from the cops. I'll be very careful. You know, minimum 5 years. It's not. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You get
Donald, look at Victoria's icon.
up the right to appeal.
Hi,
Once you plead
Victoria.
guilty, you can never change this, undo this. You understand? This is what you want to do. How do you plead to the offense, sir? I will find you guilty, send you to 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 2 days you've done. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks. Okay, Will, you ready? Oh, we're waiting? All right. Mr. Lumumba, come on up. Is it Lumumba? Lumumba. Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Sir, you are charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during any questions and any abuse of the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer be appointed to represent you, sir.
I
Okay.
agree.
Judge,
100%.
is this on docket today?
No, let me give you the cause number. It's an arraignment. Are you ready? It's 252-1189. You tell me when you're ready, Jason.
Okay, Judge, all right.
All right, go to it.
On July 23rd, 2024, officers, while stopped at a red light at an intersection in Harris County, observed a vehicle remained stopped at the intersection after the light turned green, which prompted officer to make contact with the vehicle. Officer observed the driver, the defendant, to be asleep in the driver's seat with the engine on, the gear in drive, his foot on the brake, and that he was the sole occupant of the vehicle. Upon making contact with the defendant, the officer observed a mild odor of alcohol beverage emitting from the defendant's breath and body odor, watery eyes, and poor balance. The defendant agreed to stand field sobriety test 6 out of 6 for the HGN. The defendant then refused to perform the walk and turn and the one-leg stand. DIC was read. The defendant did not consent to providing a breath sample and did not sign the DIC 24. Blood warrant was generated and issued.
Got it. You mind checking to see if he has any prior DWIs, guys?
He does not, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Lumumba, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a Texas driver license?
Not yet, sir.
Do you have any license?
I do.
Where from?
New Hampshire,
Where do you live now?
Texas.
How long have you lived here?
3 months. I'm supposed to do my driver license, my permit for Texas, like this week. I've just been waiting for my appointment.
Okay. I am now making the condition that you surrender the New Hampshire license and get a Texas driver license if you're planning on making this your domicile. You have 2 weeks from the date of that decision to move here to get that done, typically. But now I'm making it a condition. You must get a Texas driver license. If you do not, I will take your privilege to drive away from you and you will be barred from driving at all.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or drugs, I will put you in jail. I will revoke the bond. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now you have a lawyer. It's your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Boutte, and he will tell you when you have to come back to court. If he tells me that he can't get a
only a lawyer would have, I mean, only a bot would have that picture, Victoria. Look at this picture. Bot.
Hold you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Do not pick up any new cases, no drugs, no alcohol. Get your Texas driver license and all will be well. All right?
Sounds good, sir.
Okay. For now, we'll have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, you'll go trace your bond conditions, and then after that, you'll be free to go. All right?
Thank you.
Okay, guys, thanks. All right, come up, sir. Come on up.
I got him and I got two others. One's a plea.
It's okay.
And then I got the kid you threw in jail 2 days ago. If you remember him.
No.
The kid you threw in jail 2 days ago.
Good morning, Mr. Johnson.
Good morning, sir.
So I wanted to just give you a heads up of what's going on. You've been in jail for quite a while, but you have to understand that when you're on parole, one of the things that they tell you is to behave yourself. And when you don't, they issue motions to revoke your parole, or what's called a blue warrant, quote unquote. In your case, you picked up a felony assault. Because you had picked up that case, and I think that you also have the case out of New Orleans as well. Baton Rouge. Because of both of those things, they issued a motion to revoke your parole. So basically, while that motion to revoke your parole is pending, everything is put on hold, right? The time for New Orleans to come get you is put on hold. And the first thing that has to happen is that the Harris County case has to get taken care of. Correct. Once that happened, then the next thing happened where parole has to be taken care of. Now, from what we've been discovering more and more, it takes forever and a day for parole to do anything. And as you see, it took them a whole month for them to release that parole hold.
What was your hearing?
I didn't. They didn't even take me to one.
So you waived it?
No, I
Reason
tried
is-
to go to revocation, but they said it was no need because they found out that the young lady was lying on this. No way.
Well, I don't know about that, right? Ultimately, the case was dismissed. I don't know why it was dismissed. Because that case was dismissed, that's why they released the hold, okay? But the fact remains, you were still wanted out of New Orleans. Okay? I said Baton Rouge last time, did I not?
He said New
Did I
Orleans.
say New Orleans? Man, I don't know. I didn't get to run today, you know, and that messes up everything.
It's part of life, don't worry.
God damn rain. We'll blame it on the blame it on the rain. Oh God, that's who is that? Don't even go there.
So if I may interrupt,
Please.
If I may interrupt, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Go ahead.
I got out of prison in 2022. I was down there for like 6 months or whatever. They got me out, and that case is being looked at as being overturned. That's why I'm out. And they called Baton Rouge and asked them whether they come to get me. Baton Rouge told them then they wasn't coming to get me. They've told my family repeatedly, and they said it's whole county. They're not coming down here to get me because
That's what we are going to do now,
Yes, sir.
and that's what I was reaching out to the state to do.
Yes, sir.
So what I told Greg asked me to set you a bond. And the thing about it is that we have so many people from Louisiana in jail here that we literally have buses coming 2 times a week to pick up prisoners to take them back to Louisiana. What I was going to do is we were just going to roll it to tomorrow, and I was going to have Amy reach out to Baton Rouge, see if they were going to actually come and get you, or not, right? If they're not going to, or if they're going to take 2 weeks, I will set you a bond, okay? But if they're going to come, you know, by Monday, then I'm going to let them come get you, okay? So, but first things first, let's see if they're even going to come do that, all right? So I want to give, because I have to give them their chance to do it. And, you know, the hold was released, nevertheless, I mean, what, you know?
Yesterday, Judge.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, just yesterday.
Oh, I thought it was released in 6. Oh, no, that was the date of the dismissal. So I have to give them a little bit of time, right? So reach out if you can later today, see what they're going to do. We'll roll your case to tomorrow. Hopefully that they're able to get in contact with them, and then we'll We'll go from there.
Been a long 11 months.
I know.
Tired.
You know, the problem is that, you know, in life, when you hang with dogs, you get fleas. Hanging out with someone, you done caught the assault, the felony assault. Perhaps there's a lesson there. Who are you hanging out with? Right?
Yeah, sir, you're
I don't know.
absolutely correct.
So be careful who you hang out with.
Yeah.
Okay?
Got to
For
be.
now, we'll roll you tomorrow to see what Louisiana says. We'll go from there. Okay? All right, Mr. Johnson. For sure, of course.
Good morning.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, all right.
Mr. Johnson. Almost Ricardo.
I mean, if he wants, I've got a plea, and then I got the Miguel Garcia.
Do your plea. Gobert?
If it's ready, yes.
We're ready. Come on. Come up, Mr. Gobert.
But I am gonna need Garcia to come out. He's the kid that tested positive for cocaine twice. That you had.
Yeah, we'll bring him up. Please. Milli Vanilli, that's what it was. All right, Mr. Gobert.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gobert, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine. You guys have reached an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 2 days that you've done. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there forever. It's even there after you die. This is important because if you pick up another case, I'm sorry, not if you pick up another, well, yes, if you pick up another case, what we're doing today, the 3 days credit for 2, it's not going to happen again. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. The only other thing I'm going to tell you is that with a prior DWI on your record, if you get pulled over, first thing an officer does, they're going to run your background. If they see that you have a prior DWI and they roll up to your window and they smell alcohol on your breath, what do you think they're going to do? Right. Whether you're drunk or not, don't matter. The smell alone will be enough. So don't give them a reason. If you want to get lit, fantastic. Just don't get into a car. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. And once you plead guilty, you can't change this. You are stuck like this forever. Is this what you want to do?
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'll find you guilty. I will sentence you to the agreement. I have to suspend your license. I'm going to do it for the minimum, which is 90 days. I will also roll your court costs so you won't owe anything. You're just going to walk out of here. Just don't get into a car again, especially if you've had alcohol. You're going to be right back with us. All right?
And Your Honor, I was gonna ask, would you run his, just kind of remind me of his surcharge of the DPS? He had the.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We'll have you see the clerk and good luck to you, Mr. Gobert.
Thank you.
All right. Take care, sir.
Questions for the city guys?
Mr. Garcia, coming up. How's jam?
No, it's not this year. Out of the 2 days that I've been in,
You don't get it though.
no, it's not.
I don't know what we need to do. Who do you have floating around in your life now?
I'm sorry?
Who do you have in your life?
I got everybody, my mom, my dad, my uncle.
Do they know what's going on?
Yes, sir.
Have you spoken to them lately?
Yes, sir. I spoke to my mom.
When?
Yesterday and the day I got here. She's just been with me through the whole thing right now.
Say that again?
She's been with me through the whole thing right now.
Have you spoken to mom and dad or anyone? Okay. Do you mind reaching out to them?
Sure.
And letting them know what's happening and that he's in jail? I'm not letting you out. I want to figure out where we go from here. I tried to get you to do this on your own. It's not working. Last time you bailed on me when I told you to take a drug test. That doesn't tell me good things. And then when I send you for a drug test, you test positive for cocaine. And at your age, no, sir, not going to happen. So we got to figure out where we're going to go from here. I mean, I don't want to keep you in forever,
Yes, sir.
but we need to figure out, if I let you out, I know what's going to happen. History tells me what's going to happen. So I'm just not letting you out on your own.
Okay.
And the fact that you don't have anyone here with you tells me, I don't know what kind of structure you have in your life. Until I figure that out, you were going to stay with me. So I'm going to have Greg reach out to mom and dad and see what we can do. I'm going to see if they can come here, hang out with us here to figure out what kind of plan we can make for you. Do you understand?
When do you want me to reset it?
Sometime next week, early next week, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. If you could reach out to,
I don't think it matters. I'm pretty sure.
whatever day you want, I don't care. But if you can reach out to mom and dad,
Yeah.
see if they can come here and we'll figure out a plan from there.
Speak English.
Yeah, my mom speaks both and then my dad speaks only Spanish.
Okay.
Okay.
right.
If you need help, I can give you a translator too. You know, just come to me, ask me for money and I'll give you money and we can, give you an investigator
I'll try to get mom and
whatever.
kind of go from there.
Yeah, okay.
And then I'll ask the state to look at, it's his brother, this case against his brother. So.
I understand.
Yeah.
Have fun, man.
Judge, may I refer on Mr. Malachi Bowles?
No. All right, guys. We're going to watch a little bit of Mrs. Fields. I love Mrs. Fields. Okay. So I'm going to end this stream here. And I'm going to start a new stream right away. Like right now. I'm going to start it right now. And we're going to play Judge, the craziness that was in Judge Simpson's courtroom that I have no idea what it's about. So we're all going to see this together. I mean, you guys probably already saw it. I didn't though. So I'm super excited. Super excited. So it'll only take me a second. I'm not going to put a thumbnail on the stream because that takes too long. I'm just going to start another stream. And this one. Bye, guys. Oh my gosh, I have one ready, but I thought you wanted me to start another stream. This is outro number 4, and it just had me cracking up. It really did. Here we go. Ready? Bye, guys. I'll see you as soon as this song is over.
Kathy on the stream got peeps in the chat. Giggles like confetti, room buzzing like a stat. Twisting up the jokes, humor wicked never flat. Watch a laugh, bounce in rhythm, boom bap. Microphone queen, memes on the scene. Every joke a stroke, call it comic cuisine. Smile so big, splits the screen obscene. Glowing on the stream, digital moonbeam. Kathy's giggles be the jam, serotonin on tap. Can't get enough, replay, no cap. Sense of humor sharper than a diamond rap. Tune in daily, it's a laughter trap. Comments popping off in sync with a grin. Banners with the chat, friendly battle she win. Laughs tickle like beats, draws the crowd in. Kathy's wit cutting cleaner than a shark's fin. Storytime saga makes mundane grand. Twisting mundane yarns like an elastic band. Every punchline lands, humor in demand. Kathy keep us hooked like contraband. Rewind and repeat, her streams on a loop. Fam gather round, Kathy the troop. No one makes us laugh harder, ain't no dupe. Giggle squad rise up, all in one swoop. Kathy on the stream, got peeps in the chat. Giggles like confetti, room buzzing like a stat. Twisting up the jokes, humor wicked, never flat. Watch her laugh, bounce in rhythm, boom bap. Microphone queen, memes on the scene. Every joke a stroke, call it comic cuisine. Smile so big, splits the screen, obscene. Glowing on the stream, digital moonbeam. Kathy's giggles be the jam, serotonin on tap. Can't get enough, replay, no cap. Sense of humor sharper than a diamond rap. Tune in daily, it's a laughter trap. Comments popping off in sync with a grin. Benders with the chat, friendly battle she win. Laughs echo like beats, draws the crowd in. Kathy's wit cutting cleaner than a shark's fin. Storytime saga makes mundane grand. Twisting mundane yarns like an elastic band. Every punchline lands, humor in demand. Kathy keep us hooked like contraband. Rewind and repeat, her streams on a loop. Fam gather round, Kathy the troop. No one makes us laugh harder, ain't no dupe. Giggle squad rise up, all in one swoop.